I'm Hannah Montoya, and I am so excited to be doing this with famous birthdays. So let's get started on the Q&A. So the first question is, do you have any hidden talents? I have one. And I guess it's more of a party trick, but also not really, because I have no idea what party that this would be like useful to show off. But I know 60 digits of pi. I don't know why I know them. I just memorized them randomly one day. It has not been useful for me at all. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna say them really fast, but 3.1415965358979323384626433832795028819713750582097494. I think that's 60. But again, don't know why I know that. 2, have you ever seriously considered quitting social media? I've never actually considered that at all. I think breaks are really healthy and taking like a step back if you're ever getting like super tired or something. But ultimately, I love social media and I love all of the people that I've been able to meet through social media, and this little like community that I have is just like, everyone feels like my best friends, and I love it so much. If you could find out one thing about your future, what would it be? I'd probably want to find out something that's not like very personal about myself, because I feel like in all these type of movies about looking into the future, it's always very dangerous and can mess up your timeline if you know too much about yourself. So I guess I would want to know if I get good at cooking at any point, because I've been putting that one off for a while, like learning how to cook. And I hope that future me actually gets her stuff together. If I had to eat one meal for the rest of my life, what would I choose? Literally any pasta ever. Like, I love pasta and I love carbs and I love I could eat pasta forever. It's my one food that regardless of how much I have of it, I feel like my full receptors turn off and I could just be eating it every single meal of every single day. Like mac and cheese, that should be illegal. It's too good. If I was stranded on an island and I could only take 3 objects, what would they be? I would take my phone so that if I'm stuck out there, I could call for help. That would be pretty cool. And I'd probably bring SPF. SPF is very good for your skin, you guys. Because I feel like at that point you'd have a lot of sun exposure, so it'd be really healthy. And then I think the last object I would bring would probably be maybe some like headphones, and I could really like listen to music and really feel it, and that would keep me calm, I think. What advice would I give to my past self? Definitely just to let little things go. I always think about it every year after I finish school, like, oh my God, I've never been so stressed out for an exam before, but life always goes on. So it's like, when little things are bothering you, just remember that you've been through so much and you will get through that too. I used to get stuck in the moment like a lot, and I would stress over little things, and I don't think that little me should be doing that. What advice do I have for someone that wants to be a social media creator? I feel like this sounds pretty like obvious, I guess, but just go for it. It's very like difficult at first for me. Definitely I've experienced it, and I know a lot of other creators also experience a similar thing. But getting into social media is kind of scary, because at first you're like, oh my gosh, who's gonna see my videos? Are people like in real life gonna judge me for it? What's gonna happen? Like all of that type of thing. But I would say my biggest regret is not starting sooner, because I've had so much fun with it, and you will too. And I think everyone will love you and it'll be great. And if you wanna do it, I believe in you and I love you already. So you're gonna kill it, you know? So just being honest with yourself and posting what you want and doing what you like. What are your favorite movies of all time? I think my #1 favorite movie of all time is The Shining. I love horror movies, and I watched that when I was younger. Like, it was one of the first horror movies I've ever seen, and I got hooked on it. I love the aesthetics of it. I love the plot. I love all of it. And it was just, it's amazing. Great movie. And in a different route, I would probably say I really like Grown Ups as well. Those are really good movies. What is one of my most embarrassing moments? I think one of the most embarrassing moments was this one time I went to Chick-fil-A with my family, and I'd never been there before, so I was kind of like really like hyped about it. I was really pumped to go get some Chick-fil-A for the first time. And there was this wet floor sign in the middle of the booth, so it's just an aisle basically. But I really had to go to the bathroom, so I kind of like was hustling it to the bathroom before I could get my food. And I somehow ignored the wet floor sign, slipped and fell on my back, but while I was falling, I kicked up the wet floor sign and it landed right next to me. So it was like, you first heard me fall and then you saw the wet floor sign just fall right down next to me. So that was probably my proudest moment of my life. What is something most people who follow you don't know about you? Maybe that I'm currently a college student, so I'm also like studying and stuff all the time. I used to be very into academics and getting good grades and being involved in clubs at my school. Like that was very important for me, very important to me for a really long time. And now I'm trying to get my degree. So yeah, I'm in college. Pretty fun stuff. What is my biggest pet peeve? Okay, this is kind of a weird one, but I don't know what it is. When people like crack their knuckles, I don't know, like it just hits this part of my brain that I don't like it. I can hear people cracking their back, cracking your knees, cracking your elbows. I don't know if you're into that, but doing like, it's specifically knuckles for some reason, just like bothers me. I don't know why. What is your favorite birthday memory? So when I was little, there used to be this thing called Libby Lou. It used to be this store and little shop where you could go with your friends and they would dress you up as like, you could pick from anything. You could be like a princess, a celebrity, or just have your makeup done when you're really little. So I think it was like my 8th birthday or something. And so my name is Hannah Montoya and it's 2 letters off from Hannah Montana, but I was obsessed with her. Like I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I bragged about it. I was like, how cool is it that I'm almost Hannah Montana? You know, like we're practically related. But I was able to pick out who I could be dressed up as for the day. So I picked out Hannah Montana and they gave me a blonde wig and they did my makeup like Hannah Montana and they gave me like a sparkly microphone for like pictures and stuff, and I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. What would be the one superpower you would choose to have? Definitely teleportation. I tend to be very late to things. Like I am so bad about being punctual. So I would love to be able to teleport wherever I want to go and just instantly be there, because there's a lot of times where I'll text people and I know that this is so bad. I'm working on it, but I'll be like on my way and I'm definitely still just sitting on the couch eating food or something. But I wish that I would be telling the truth so I could just snap my fingers and be there. What's your favorite video that you've ever posted? I will have to say my favorite video I've ever posted is my first New Jersey aunt video. That is the video that kickstarted everything for me. It actually, Aunt Jackie changed my life, I will totally say. And it's just, it was so much fun to record and to develop that character and just keep working with her and stuff like that. And I love doing the Jersey accent. It's so much fun, and I've been watching a lot of Jersey Shore recently, so I think it's getting better. What is your goal for where you'll be 3 years from today? I hope that I'm still doing social media. I have no doubt in my head that I will be, because I love it so much. It's so much fun. But I really hope that I'm gonna be able to get into acting. I'm really passionate about writing and acting for comedy, so I would love to be working on some sort of show or getting introduced to that sort of realm of life. When did you first go viral? So I guess a little bit more in depth about this was with my first New Jersey aunt video. I posted it right after Halloween, and it is about your aunt from New Jersey coming home for Thanksgiving. And so I had so much fun filming that. I filmed it in my freshman year dorm room, and I went to bed that night, woke up, and it had like 100,000 views, and I was screaming. Like, I did not believe it at all. I called my parents. I was like calling everybody, like, what is going on? Like, what is this? It was such a surreal moment, and I couldn't believe it. And it was so much fun to see something like become real. Like I had just done it as a joke and I uploaded it just kind of like, oh, maybe some people will think this is funny. And then Aunt Jackie became her own person and it was just the craziest thing ever. I'm just so thankful for that. Who were the first creators you followed on social media? I really was into like YouTube when I was very young. So I followed the Computer Nerd 01 and Jenna Marbles, and I was subscribed to all of these people that did like comedic sketches and stuff like that. And I really was hooked on that side of YouTube first. I was very obsessed with these people. Do you see social media as your long-term career path? If not, what could you see yourself doing? I definitely see social media being a huge part of my life forever. I love it so much and I'm so passionate about it and I love staying connected with people through that. But I would love to do writing for comedy TV. I love the idea of being able to write for a television show, hopefully in comedy or also acting in it as well. That would just be the coolest thing ever. I would literally just freak out. I would die. I'm also doing classes at Second City in Chicago so I can work on those things and hopefully I can put them into use when I am an adult. I'm an adult, but you know what I mean. It's fine. If you could travel anywhere, where would you choose? I would love to go to France. I don't know how to speak French and I don't really know much about that, but the Eiffel Tower is there and the Louvre, and I think that would just be amazing to go explore. I think that would be so cool. I love the aesthetics of Paris and I think it is such a beautiful place. And also, I've never left the country before, so I would love to go literally anywhere. Just start traveling would be cool. What is your favorite holiday? Absolutely 100% Halloween. I love fall so much. Like it's such a happy season. The smells, the colors, the fashion, everything about it makes me just like, oh my God. I'm obsessed with it so much. And so Halloween has this like just vibe about it that just makes me so happy. It's the summer right now, like it's July when I'm filming this, but I went to the store and bought a Halloween scented candle and it made me so happy. So which people or accounts are your favorite to follow on social media? I really like following people that also do POVs and stuff like that. I love Call Me Chris. I'm such a huge fan of her. I think she's amazing. For example, and I also, okay, something that I love, I am not in this realm whatsoever, but I love ASMR. Like, I think it's so much fun to watch. I watch it every single night. I think it's so cool, but I love watching those types of accounts so much. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you're having the bestest freaking stinking day in the whole entire world. So, bye. Thanks for hanging out.